And Ghana star boy Mohamed Kudus was on target for West Ham United in their game against Brighton. In fact, this is the first goal Mohamed Kudus has scored in the year 2025 for West Ham, and well, it was a goal that brought so much smiles to the face of the young talented Ghanaian player, and we're going to talk about it right here on Sports Update Ghana. Before we get into it, please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now let's get right to it. And the struggling West Ham United side, well, continued their struggle to maintain their time in the Premier League as they came up against Brighton. Well, West Ham under Graham Potter have really struggled and endured, and they should be thanking God that they finally escaped relegation, because, well, in their game against Brighton, they were hoping that they could have gotten a draw, but unfortunately, they couldn't even get anything out of this game. But it was Mohamed Kudus who had a day for himself. Why? Because Mohamed Kudus was handed a starting role by Graham Potter in this game. He was playing as a supporting striker to his teammates Jarrod Bowen, because they were the two leading men in attack for West Ham in the game. As early as the 13th minute, that was when Brighton, the home side, struck the first goal in the game. Well, so Brighton were leading the game by 1-0. Then in the second half, Mohamed Kudus was able to fetch the equalizer for his team, West Ham, in the game. But how did Mohamed Kudus manage to score this particular goal for West Ham in the game? Kudus found himself in the box of Brighton, and it was a scrappy and tussle for the ball, and Mohamed Kudus happened to have found the ball by himself and just hit the ball into the net to get the equalizer for West Ham in the game. So it was such a joyous goal for Mohamed Kudus. After he scored, you could really tell by his goal celebration that Mohamed Kudus was happy to have scored the goal, because he really celebrated this particular goal. Well, the game was 1-1. Then later on in the 83rd minute, West Ham went up by 2-1 thanks to Thomas Susek, who scored to make it 2-1 for West Ham United. So at 83rd minute, when a team scores, you would think that they will go ahead and win the game, but Brighton were able to make a comeback. Then in the 89th minute, Bitoma scored the equalizer to make it 2-2. Then in the 92nd minute, Baleba scored an absolute stunner. West Ham United went packing the bus. All 11 players were behind, and Baleba was given a nice pass, and he struck a very long ball. West Ham's goalkeeper, the Ariola, was caught ball watching. He couldn't make a move, and Baleba's shot ended up in the goal net to get the winner for Brighton to beat the Hammers by 3-2 in this particular game. So that was how it ended, as West Ham United suffered to win a game once again in the Premier League. Now we'll look at Mohamed Kudus's performance in the game, then we'll look at the Premier League table, and also look at the performance of Mohamed Kudus this season. How many goals has he scored so far? How many assists has Kudus gotten in the Premier League so far? So Kudus played the entire 90 minutes of action for West Ham in the game. He had 1 goal in the game. Mohamed Kudus had 1 shot on target, no shot off target, and 1 shot block. He had 11 dribbling attempts, 7 successful, 87% passing accuracy, which saw 20 out of his 23 passes accurate. Mohamed Kudus sent 1 cross, 3 long balls, all successful, but his team couldn't make good use of it. He had 18 grounded duels. He won 8. He was heavily involved in the game. Mohamed Kudus lost possession of the ball on 15 occasions, 1 foul, 1 clearance, and dribbled past 1 player in the game. Well, as it stands now, let's look at where West Ham United lie on the Premier League table. West Ham United are currently 17th on the Premier League table with 36 points. Well, when it comes to Mohamed Kudus, the Ghanaian player has played 28 matches, has 4 goals and 2 assists, giving him 6 goal contributions this season for West Ham United. Second season at West Ham United is not going very well for Mohamed Kudus, but we can only hope and pray that he finds his mojo back and scores more goals before the Premier League season comes to an end. But until then, that is it for this episode of Sports Update Ghana. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.